Hi, this is Josh Clark with this week's episode of Be Your Best. Today I'm here to talk about the final step in a series called 7 Steps to Your Best Year Ever. I want to ask you to really open your heart, open your mind to this final step, because in my experience, it's absolutely the key to unlocking your best year ever. It's absolutely the key to living an extraordinary life. But yet, sadly, in my opinion, this step is often overlooked. I want to ask you a question. Why is it that so many people honestly intend to do so much, yet accomplish so little? And I think we all know that it's good intentions followed by inaction. You see, when we set goals, when we dream about the future, we get excited. Then all of a sudden, life happens. We get stuck in the messy middle, and challenges come along, which inevitably will come along on the roadway to success, inevitably will come along in this journey called life. And those challenges may be in the form of the voice inside of our head. It may be a friend or a family member who comes along and says, hey, who are you to think you can achieve an extraordinary life? Who are you to think you can achieve above ordinary? Don't you know where you come from? Don't you know, Josh, your background? Don't you know where you live? Don't you know your education? Don't you know? Who are you? Who are you? And then pretty soon we become sneops, susceptible to the negative influence of other people. See, I'm here to tell you the key to living extraordinary life, your best year ever, is this 7th step. Are you ready? It's called accountability. Do you remember in the first episode I shared with you the story of Roger Bannister, who was the first person to break the 4-minute mile? So far, I only shared with you one of the keys to his success. Yes, belief was absolutely essential. But without accountability, Roger Bannister would never have broken the 4-minute mile. Why? Because Roger didn't do it by himself. You see, Roger had 2 other people, who took turns coming alongside and pushing him beyond what he humanly thought was possible. In fact, beyond what would have been possible on his own, which was the reason he broke the 4-minute mile and achieved extraordinary results. In the movie, The Gabby Douglas Story, Gabby Douglas asks a question. She says, do you want to be a champion? First, you got to answer that question. Yes, we all do, right? And she says, well, it's simple. She says, take your dream and turn it into a goal. Place it deep within your heart. And then for the next 10 years, eat, sleep, laugh, and cry without ever so much as taking your eye off the goal, not even for a second. But let me ask you a question. What's the difference between every high school athlete, college athlete, Olympic athlete, professional athlete, and you and I? Every single one of them has a coach, has an accountability partner, holding them accountable to their goal, to their dream, holding them accountable to put in the daily discipline, daily action necessary to achieve greatness. And so the question for you is, are you willing to ask for help? Are you willing to ask for accountability? You see, wanting to be successful isn't enough. Everybody wants, to be great. Everyone wants to have a great year. But the question is, are you willing to put your ego aside? You see, leaders on a mission put their ego aside and ask for accountability. If your why is big enough, if your motivation for achieving your goal is big enough, you'll be willing to ask for help. And so my challenge to you is to pick up the phone and call somebody and ask them, say, will you hold me accountable weekly? And just ask me questions. Ask me how I'm doing. And you're going to email them at least 3 action steps that you're going to take every day. Maybe it's you're going to exercise, 5 days a week. Maybe it's that if you're in sales, you're going to make so many phone calls or go out and meet with so many new people every single day. The daily discipline. Maybe it's you're going to spend time in the morning, starting the day, thinking about what you're grateful for. Maybe you're going to spend time in the scriptures. That's been an absolute key to success for me, to living a balanced life. The scripture teaches that 1 can chase 1,000 and 2, 10,000. And a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. You see, nobody achieves an extraordinary results or extraordinary life on their own. And so I want to challenge you to go out there and do that. Pick up the phone today and ask for accountability. And then if this video has encouraged you, I want to ask you to take a moment and share it with your friends and family. Together we can impact others. We can be a catalyst to change this world, one person at a time. Now let's go out there and make it an extraordinary week as we go out there and be our best. God bless.